In the last 80 years, 4 major wars have caused things like depression and PTSD, which have taken tolls on soldiers around the world. This caused dramatic changes in a soldier's perspective from when they leave war to when they return from war.
A soldier's perspective on life changes after a traumatic war experience, hence changing them forever.
He is a true casualty of battle. There's not a physical scar, but look at the man's heart and his head, and there are scars galore. Here it tells you the significant amount of damage war does to a soldier. The fact that it says true casualty is very revealing to the idea that the scars a soldier has emotionally is far more intense than the scars they have physically. Also, the word scar is symbolic because physical scars never go away, and this choice of wording symbolizes that the soldier is forever changed emotionally.
Due to the bond created between soldiers when they fight alongside each other, they find a new source of motivation, causing the experiences to be better.
If we had followed orders and thrown the grenade, an innocent family would have been killed. Innocent children would have been killed. I have nightmares that I did throw the grenade. Babe stated that this incident was something that he thought about a lot, that this incident changed on how he viewed the war and how he followed orders.
Due to the stress and horrendous experiences of war, a soldier's perspective of the world is corrupted and their minds are forever changed. Consequently, things like PTSD and depression after their service can happen.
This is a video of an event called Shock and Awe, which took place on March 19, 2003 to March 21, 2003. It was a campaign tactic based on using overwhelming power to destroy the enemy's will to fight. An event like this one is unforgettable and has changed many people's lives, whether it changed a soldier's life or a life in Iraqi. Now, 10 years later, war is over, and many people are left with scarring memories. This is an example of how traumatic events change a soldier's perspective.
A soldier goes through horrifying and life-changing experiences that changes them forever. Therefore, a soldier's perspective changes from before they go to war to when they come back from war.
I feel like the death of someone very close to me while I was fighting would cause my perspective to change, like how the death of his brother changed and he got all angry and wanted every German to die. I think, that's what would cause my perspective to change.
I read Brothers in Battle, and the biggest perspective change for Bill was right before D-Day, before he and his paratrooper group jumped. There, he found out his brother had died over in Italy, his brother Henry, and that was when his perspective changed.
Every war is different, and this difference plays a factor in their perspective.
For example, in World War II, the war was supported by people trying to make the perspectives of the soldiers more positive. Unlike World War II, the Vietnam War and the war in Iraq was controversial, and many people disagreed with the cause. There were peaceful and violent protests. Also, when the soldiers came home, many of them faced criticism, making the perspective of the war and the world negative.
The Korean War was different because many people were not aware of the war, hence the name The Forgotten War. Soldiers would come home and many people did not even know they were in a war. This discouraged the soldiers and gave them a feeling of uselessness. It could also change their perspective of society because people did not recognize their sacrifice for the country.
This is how the difference of war played a factor in the perspective of a soldier.
This is what we have learned about a soldier's perspective.
Even though we initially thought that a soldier's perspective changed, we did not know the intensity of this change.
After all our research, we now know the changes a soldier has physically and emotionally.
These are some things that we have learned about a soldier's perspective. Thanks for watching.
Bye!
Can you see my hand?
Filming!
Wait, do it. Oh, we are? Okay.
We can cut it.
Action.
Owing to the band,
And thrown the grenade.
It's not a physics.
Oh my god.
What do I do?
This was something we did.
the fact I just looked at the video.
Wars have caused. Never mind.
This is how the difference of
home and many people no.
Yeah, we're using that. I don't care. I can't.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together.